Computer. Great. All right. Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. So I think you probably all heard the big news with the All Access Challenge Pack is at 160. Honestly, when I saw this, I was kind of pissed. I'm like, why is Carl giving our stuff away for free? I'm like, that is insane. I remember when I first joined, I think I paid like 180 for Turbo Fire, just the DVD in Shakeology. And I'm like, darn it, these people are getting it for 160 and they're getting everything. Guys, like, this is freaking amazing. Don't miss this opportunity, because I know, like, if you've been a coach for like a year or something, back in the day, they kind of used to do like the sale thing of the month. They've gotten away for it. I don't know why they're doing it now, but hey, I mean, jump on the wagon. If you have people that are giving you price objections, like, this is the lowest price that thing is going to be. And obviously people are getting everything. So I don't need to explain it to you guys, but just wanted to make sure, if you haven't been on the team page or didn't get any emails, or I don't know, haven't been on Facebook lately, that's what's going on. This Saturday we have Super Saturday. So if you're not going to one yet, what are you waiting for? Go into your Coach Online office, find the nearest one near you, and get to it. Events is those things that, I mean, you can't replace it. Sorry, not with a team call, not with a Facebook training, not with whatever, a YouTube video from Michael Neiman. You need to go to live events just so you can kind of feel the energy, get to know other coaches besides, coaches on our team who are freaking awesome, but you learn from other people, right? Then we have Leia. When's the team dinner?
April 29th.
April 29th is the team dinner. Leia, do you want to explain?
Yeah, so we're having a team dinner on April 29th. It's in central New Jersey. So I tried to pick a place that was kind of easy access off the turnpike for people north and south. So it's going to be at this really cute Italian BYOB place. I've been there. It's really good. And we are going to have a Tony Robbins trainer that's going to come and give us like a 1 hour really presentation lecture, real principles, like actionable steps that you can walk away from that dinner. That will be like at the beginning, so like 5 to 6 or 5 to 5:45, and then dinner and just hanging out. So it's going to be fun. Good stuff.
I can't wait. Anything Tony, I'm totally in for. And just hanging out with everyone too. Other thing is, in Philly, there is the Playbook training with Danielle and Tony, Fit and Funky. So that is May 6th in Philly. There's still tickets left. If you have to choose between that or Super Saturday, if you're in the New Jersey, Philly area, I would say go to the Playbook. I think it's going to be off the hook. It's all day training. And I mean, especially for new coaches, like, that is what you want to be at. I mean, that's going to be absolutely off the hook. What else do I have to say? Oh, me and Renee, before we kind of started recording, the National Wake Up Call this week was awesome with Shailene. If you didn't watch it or listen to it, watch it. If you didn't listen to it, listen to it. I mean, she gives away such great information, and she talked about going live. Everyone's so scared of going live on their Facebook page. I didn't go live this morning. I did do a cute little video of the puppies, but put yourself out there. And she was all about sharing stories. And I think I'm like really trying to pound this into you guys, and I'm going to pound it in again, is stop trying to sell on Facebook. Share your story with people. People don't care about the 160 challenge pack. They don't know what a challenge pack is. You need to share your story first to make a connection with people, right? To build that relationship with people first. People don't want to see your Shakeology shaker cup every single day. They don't care that you drink Shakeology. They care why you drink Shakeology. Diana did an amazing post today. Diana Miles, if you're not friends with her, go to her Facebook page. She did an amazing job explaining why she drinks Shakeology. Not what Shakeology is, this is just water, but why she loves drinking Shakeology and what it's doing for her. That's what people care about. People care about the why you're doing the workouts, why you're living a healthy lifestyle. People don't care about the what. People don't care about Beachbody. Really, they don't. But they want to know what we're doing. They want to know who we are. Once they know, like, and trust us, then they want to be a part of your challenge group. They don't care about what the stuff is. They want to be a part of what you're doing, because how they see you transforming, that's what it's about. All right, I'm going to get off my soapbox for today and hand it over to Leia, because she just came back from the Tony Robbins event for the second time. And she's like, yes. Yeah, I'm wearing my shirt too, if you can.
Yeah.
So Leia, take it away.
All right. Awesome. So I have kind of like a meshed call of kind of like Tony Robbins stuff that I've learned, and I'm also doing this 12-week year program, so it's kind of like a mesh of the two. And so there is a lot of new coaches that have joined over the last couple months, and I haven't been on a call done a call myself in a couple months, so I figured I'd just start by sharing my story. I'm going to be as brief as possible. I am a very long-winded talker, and being short is a problem. So okay, so my name is Leia, and I am a mom. I have 3 girls. My oldest, Molly, is 6. I have 4-year-old twins. I'm married to my husband, Ronnie, and we live in central New Jersey. I also work a full-time corporate job in insurance. And, just like all of you, I'm super duper busy and always trying to get everything done. So my story really starts after my twins were born. My twins were born, well, obviously 4 years ago, but it was right about a month after my twins were born was when that big hurricane happened. And I was super stressed out, obviously, as a mom, but I had a toddler at home and 2 brand new babies. I'm like, this is crazy. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm super, tired, on edge, and really kind of just things started to spiral after that. About a year after, I had really the same kind of things that were going on. I felt really anxious. I kind of felt like kind of depressed, like kind of there was something missing. I felt always on edge and snippy at my kids and at my husband. And, I was always yelling, and I just felt like something was wrong. So I went to the doctor. I was diagnosed with postpartum depression, anxiety, and I honestly kept it a secret to any and everybody that I knew, with the exception of my husband, because I felt so ashamed. I felt embarrassed. I felt like that label was like diminished who I was. And I didn't want people to know. I felt weak as a result of it. So I didn't want people to know. But as a result of hiding that and not sharing and not really even dealing with it, other than I was put on medication, a low dose of medication, which helped a very small amount. I didn't do anything to fix the problem. I didn't work on me. I didn't, instead of doing something positive, I started to, eat when I felt anxious. My go-to was a glass of wine at night and sitting on my couch, eating nachos, watching my shows, vegging out for 2 hours every night, and just kind of escaping the reality of life. And I remember this one specific time I was just really kind of at wit's end, and I felt like I needed to do something. So I booked a trip to Disney World for me and my daughter without my husband's permission on a credit card that I maxed out. I didn't have the money for it, but I felt like I needed this trip. Like I needed something. I needed like something to make me feel good inside. I truly, honestly felt that this was going to be the thing I needed. And I went. Obviously, it was a great trip. But I came home, and it was like the end of August, September. And I went right back to that couch on, some crazy night. My kids it was like, we call it witching hour, when I had between 6 and 8 o'clock with 3 little kids was literally like nightmare. And it's still crazy, but all they would do is scream. And I'm like, this is nuts. So I went right back to the couch, and I was like, there's gotta be something else. Like this is not working. I'm so sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. And it was right at the same time that I needed something, that I saw a post from one of my friends, probably just like many of you saw a post, right? And I started stalking her posts and looking at what she was doing. And she was a mom. She had 2 or 3 kids. I can't remember if she had 2 or 3 kids at the time. I think she had 3 kids, like newly had a kid, and she looked amazing. She was always positive, happy. I'm like, there's something, I got to reach out to her. So I reached out to her. Next thing I know, I'm doing a Body Beast challenge. 90 days later, I lost 14 pounds, 8 inches on my stomach. I felt amazing. And for me, my coaching journey started right away. I started about a month in, because I started feeling like I had to do something to help somebody else. If I could help one person feel as amazing as I did, then I had to do it. Besides the fact that I would get my Shakeology discounted, but I really felt like I needed to help one person. So for me, the game changer really started when I started listening to personal development. I started to notice, like, okay, I'm doing all these things that are really helping my body. I'm doing great, but I still have those negative thoughts in my head sometimes. So I got put into a Coach Basics group with Rose, and I started reading. I listened to GoPro, and then I listened to Compound Effect, and it was like my first light bulb. There was something about the thought that if you can change one little idea, one little thought that is positive, that it has this ripple effect on changing so many things in your life. And if you guys haven't read that book, you absolutely need to. But for me, that opened this door to not only helping people, to not only getting into the best shape of my life, but to really transforming my mind, and from a mental brain functional level. And so I'm obsessed with personal development. Anyone on my team knows that. And so I read a couple of Tony Robbins books last year, and then Rose decided she wanted to go to Tony Robbins, and I joined her, and it's just crazy. Life has never been the same since. But my journey started all because I decided that I wanted something for me, and as a result, I've been able to help a lot of people. So what I want to talk to you guys tonight a little bit about is what I call how to break through the bullshit that's going through your head, and how we can think about, and how we can focus on the things that we can control in order to create change or to create results or whatever your goals are. So this is going to be interactive. I'm going to ask you guys to do some thinking and brainstorming. So make sure you have a pen and paper. But the very first principle, and if any of you guys read any of Tony Robbins, some of the stuff is going to all make sense to you. It's not, I'm not creating this stuff. This is all from the stuff that I've read, but with my interpretations put on it a little bit. So the very first fundamental principle about anything that you do in life, the thing that goes through your mind when you go to your phone and you you want to go send an invite to someone, when you're about to push post on a post, and maybe there's something in there, or a picture or a thought, and you're like, I don't know if I want to do that. What stops us as people from moving forward and doing the things that we want in life? It's fear, right? So fear is this fundamental thing that is a barrier for every single person. Every person, the brain is wired with fear. And it's not you, right? It's the way the brain works. So the brain is designed from, prehistoric times to adapt and to react, right? To fight or flight. Like when we needed to survive from, I don't know, like a tiger attack, our brain sent, and I'm not scientific, I don't know all these terms, but it sent all these ideas, these, I don't know, these cells, molecules, whatever, these things that are going to your brain, send signals, right? Signals to your brain like, oh shit, there's a tiger, I need to run, right? So you have a fight response. And as a result of that response, your body goes into this state that is able to protect you, right? So the problem is that today we don't live in a world where there are tigers and major life-threatening things that are going to happen on a daily basis, but our brain is wired that way. That's the way our brain works. So that is why people have still fears and doubts and anxiety. The brain is just kind of adapted that way. It hasn't changed to adapt to society, right? So when you really break down, though, everything in life, the thoughts that you have, the things that you want to do, the goals that you have, a lot of times we think about, I want to be a diamond coach. I want to make X amount of money. I want to have this car. I want to have a good job. I want to, whatever, all these things, right? These material things. Sometimes we really do want them, but most of the time we want these things for a reason, right? So if you want to have a good job, you want a good job because you want to have enough money to support your family. You want to feel secure. You want to feel safe. You want to feel protected. You want to feel you're able to provide. It's a feeling. And really everything is everything that you're looking for is a feeling that you want to have inside. So the good news is that you can create feelings. You can change the thoughts that you think. You can adapt your body. You can adapt the words that you use to create feelings. And when you do that, you change the way that you think, which is basically your way of kind of hacking that brain into thinking differently. So, for example, does anybody want to volunteer a fear that they have? Anybody?
Yeah, all right, I'll come and say something.
Two people said failure in the chat.
Oh, fear of failure. But you wanted like something actually.
No, that's fine though. Fear of failure.
Not being good enough. I like that one, Jen.
And not being good enough, because those are my two fears. So, and those are universal fears, right? So keep posting your comments in the chat, because this is actually good. Everyone post what your fear is for a second. Because what you will see, neurons, what you will see is that everyone pretty much has similar fears, right? We're not really that unique. It's because the brain is designed. These are all things that we fundamentally deep down feel fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of not being good enough. Those really all mean that you're afraid that you're not enough because you won't be loved. And that stems from really like childhood. You know, as a kid, we all have the desire to be loved and to want to feel enough. And, you know, whether you felt you didn't feel that way as a child, like for instance, me, my parents are great parents, but my dad was an affectionate person. He never showed me emotional love unless I achieved, unless I had good grades, unless I was good at sports, unless I wrote an awesome essay, unless I did things and I achieved success. He recognized me, and that's how I felt emotion and love from him. So I always felt this need to achieve in my life because that's how I got love from my dad. And then if I didn't achieve, I felt like a failure, right? So it kind of, it's like this big circle that if you don't, it's really just circling down to that deep, deep need and fear. And so the good news is that you can change those fears and those ideas. So there's 3 different things that Tony talks about that you can do to change it. I'm not going to be able to go through everything tonight, and I can't really explain too much through video how you can really change what he calls your physiology. You just need to be there in person, so we'll have to do this at a team event. But Tony talks about the fact that you can change your body to increase the energy in your body, which allows your body to kind of, with your ability to focus on things and the words that you use, to change your thought process and get yourself in what he calls state. So for example, you have seen Rose, she has that little trampoline. I have a rebounder. So what do I do is every morning I jump on this little trampoline, because when I do that, it gets the, I don't know the terminology, the lymph system, something with the lymph system starts moving, and it creates these pathways and these neurons and these pathways to your brain, which actually help you to be more receptive to the things that you then focus on and the words that you use to keep yourself in this kind of energy state. So we can talk about focusing though. So what you focus on is how you feel. And I want to give this example. So if you, let me see the best example. Okay, everyone look at the screen, and I want you guys to look at all the people in the screen, if you have a big screen, like the big view so everyone's on there. And I want you to look and see how many people are wearing red shirts. And look, try to see as many places or pictures or anything that you can find that's red. And then you guys tell me how many people you found were red, with red shirts. 1, 2, 1. Okay. Now, what about green? 2. Okay. Now, I forgot what I was gonna say. Okay, this is a bad example because I wasn't prepared for this. The point of what I was trying to say is that when you're focusing on something, so like you're focusing on Rose and her red shirt, then you're going to notice that color red, right? You guys didn't feel what happens in this example a lot of times is people like see things that are like orange and brown, and then they think it's red, and they're like, yeah, I saw it, because your mind wants to see red, and so it looks for red and it finds it. But when you're focusing on something else like green or something, your brain is going to focus on green. You're not going to find it. So there's this video, it's actually kind of ironic because at work today, they posted this video, and it was like all these people throwing balls, right? So they're like, okay, take a look and watch see how many people with white shirts are throwing balls. So you're focusing on these people, you're counting how many times they're throwing balls. And then randomly they stop the video and say, okay, did you notice anything that happened? Well, there was this massive gorilla that like walked in the middle of the room, and half the people in the room didn't see this gorilla on the video because they were focusing on the people throwing the ball, that you don't even see it. So what you focus on is what you feel and what you get. So it has tremendous power.
Leia, do you mind if I just jump in really quickly?
Yeah.
What I really remember with this is, say like you bought a brand new car. So say like you bought a brand new Honda Civic, and before you bought your new car, there was like no Honda Civics on the road. And then all of a sudden you got a black Honda Civic, and guess what the next day happens? You see like 500 Honda Civics all over the place, because that's what your mind is focused on. Now that you have a Honda Civic, your brain is wired to say, all right, let me see where all these other Honda Civics are. And that's why you're able to pick them out. They were already there the day before. Your mind just wasn't focused on it.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah. So it's kind of amazing. So why is this important though? Because in our business, right, oftentimes we focus on maybe the lack, right? Like maybe we didn't hit Success Club. Maybe the person that we've been helping for a whole entire month for free, and then they don't sign up. So we then focus on the negative. We focus on the things that we can't control. You're going to keep getting those things. You're going to keep feeling negative. You're going to keep feeling bad. You want to focus on the things that you can control, the things that are positive. Focus on the growth. Focus on the people that you're helping. Focus on, the small gains. So the other thing is using language such that helps you can think positively. So I notice this when I'm talking to clients and I'm doing messages a lot on the phone, and I say, hey, is this something you're ready for, you want to do? As soon as someone uses the words like, maybe this will work for me, or I can try, the language they use is if anyone says maybe, possible, I can try, we'll see, that immediately means no. They're going to fail because they're thinking maybe, right? Unless you want to be assertive and positive and think, yes, I'm going to do this. I will, I must, I am, or we are. Using language and being more aware of it. And for me, this was eye-opener for me, especially like with my kids at home, because for instance, I don't know about you guys, but I'm always telling my kids things not to do. Stop doing that. Stop doing this. Stop doing that. Stop hitting your sisters. You're going to spill that. If I tell them those things, how many times do you tell your kids, don't do that, you're going to fall, or you're going to spill? And then what happens? They fall and it spills, right? Because their brain hears those words and then it registers. Your brain can't tell the difference between no, like do not. It just hears the word fall and it registers, okay, I'm going to fall now. It's going to spill. So it can't register the difference between like a negative, like do not. So you can use words to help your focus as well. So in order to create change though, all of these kind of little tactics help you do that. You have to know what your outcome is. You have to know your why. You have to have a strong enough why. And we tell you this all the time, right? We talk about this in Coach Basics. You have to have a why that wants to make you cry. So what I want to do for the next 5 minutes is have you guys write down not only just your why, but I want you to do an exercise, which is I want you to write out your vision, which is tied to your why, for the next 36 months. So in 36 months. So in 3 years, and I want you to actually say like, okay, I'm 34 now. When I am 37 years old, in 3 years, this is what I want my life to be like. This is why I'm working so hard. This is why I'm a coach. And I want you to write down. It could be anything from, what you want your finances to be like, what your family life, your health, spiritual, social. intellectual, what you want your business to look like, your customers, your lifestyle, vacations, your emotions, your body, anything that comes to mind. For 5 minutes, I want you guys to write down, in 3 years, where do you want to be? All right, 2 more minutes, or 1 more minute. Okay. So what I also challenge you guys to do after this, after our call's done, is in addition to your 36-month vision, write out what your 5, 10, and 15-year plans are. Like, how do you see your life in 5, 10, 15 years? I did this as part of the 12-week year training. I just want to see Mommy. Okay, you can say hi. Sorry, guys. She's naked. Naked. Hi. I did this exercise. The 36-month plan for me was like, okay, fine. I had no problems with it. But when I started to write out like my 5, 10, 15-year plans, and I actually wrote like, okay, when I'm, 46, 47, like, what is my life going to be like? When I actually put like a number to it. Good night, guys. Go. Mommy, that's all my friends. Say hi. Mommy, hi. Can I name them? No, there's too many friends. Go. Okay. So when I had to actually put like an age to it and like put down, okay, my kids are this age.
And close your door and go to sleep.
Go. It kind of was hard for me. I was like, wow, I never thought like what my life would be like in 10 or 15 years. But like dream, just like anything that you can think of, any idea, as crazy and big as it is, write it down and kind of brainstorm kind of what your big life picture is. So, does anybody want to share? Come on.
I'll go.
Upstairs.
Bye.
I know. They're trying to put the girls.
Okay,
they're
go.
all running around.
All right. I'm sorry. I couldn't hear who said.
I'll go. I'm sorry. Right now I'm actually still on my, it sounds like my house. I'm still on my maternity leave. So obviously I'm going to have to go back to work in September, but in 3 years, I would love to be a stay-at-home mom and build this business up more. Because my husband works a lot right now, so he's rarely home with the girls. So I would love to have him home more, me home more, and actually go on vacations, because we don't go on any vacations. My girlfriend posted a thing and she was like, last time you were away, and I was like, no, I don't remember last time we were anywhere. Our honeymoon, and we'll be married 5 years in July, so nowhere else. So I would love to be able to just do some family things. We don't ever do any family things, so yeah, that would be nice, a success club trip. So that would be, and of course 5, 10, 15 years, I'm all done having kids, so I don't even want to talk about college right now, because that's what I'm thinking. Like, that would be nice to be able to pay for college and not have any worries, to have my girls financially and educationally set. But for right now, 3 years, that's what I would really like to be, is a stay-at-home mother.
Awesome.
And be able to work my business. Right now I work as a administrative secretary in a middle school, so I work year round and everything. So it would be nice to just be home with the girls and have even the summers off with them. Maybe not even be, still be at work, but not have to work 12 months. Because my husband's a teacher, so it would be nice to be off in the summertime with him as well.
Awesome.
I'd like to go if I could.
Go ahead.
Okay. In 3 years, I'd be 47 years old. I'd like to be I'm going to be a successful Reiki master with a large following of high-paying clients. I'm going to be well-known and respected for my visions and my knowledge that I've spread. I would help thousands of people, both physically, mentally, and emotionally, and physically, if I haven't said that already. Money will be flowing in like a river. And with I can't read my own handwriting. Money will be flowing like a river along the way with greatness of community, self-love, and respect. I will be bonded more beautifully with my husband and my family and never fear anything ever again.
Beautiful. Love it.
Thank you.
Anybody else want to share?
Shy people.
No? Okay. You don't have to share. But I'd really urge you guys to really, and don't let your fears, like when you're writing out your visions and your ideas, these are not meant to be limited. These aren't, when you start to think like, I don't know if that's possible. As big as visions and dreams that you want, write them down. There's power in writing things down. And it's amazing when you write them down and then you keep looking at them and you keep envisioning that and you put it out into the world. You know, those things will happen. They will come true. I remember at my very first Super Saturday, when I was there with my coach, Danielle, she told us to write out what our 1-year plan was for the first 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and 1 year. And I was at my first Super Saturday and I wrote down, you know, where I wanted to be financially, at what rank, and, you know, my fitness goals and my family goals and my health goals. And every month I would go back and I'd look at that. And when I hit my 1-year anniversary, I went back and looked at those goals, and it was crazy emotional how like those things all happened. And it's because when you put it out into the universe, the energy, you focus on those things, they happen. It's also called the law of attraction, if any of you know anything about that. So it's pretty awesome. Okay, so why is your why important, right? Because your why, now you are able to, in those times when you don't feel like doing things, in those times when you feel doubt and when you feel fear, when you feel stress, you need to constantly remind yourself of your why. Why are you doing what you're doing? Why are you driving? Why are you working so hard? Why are you, even though you feel like you're falling and you're gonna fall, why are you gonna get back up, and why are you gonna keep moving forward? Because the why is powerful, and that why will drive you. So what do you need to do is, now that you know your why, you need to take massive action, and you need to keep moving forward until you move past your goal. So what I wanted to do for the last 15 minutes is kind of just go through a little bit of an exercise on how to set a goal that you want to achieve. So most people, including myself, used to set goals. And this is, this last part is, if everyone can just mute themselves too, just so we don't have any back. So this next part around setting goals is what I've learned. Rose and I are doing the 12, actually Haley's doing it too. I think, is anybody else doing the 12-week year? I think that's it. I know Haley's doing it. Oh, maybe Amanda's doing it too. So I absolutely love this 12-week year goal setting philosophy, because what it really does is helps you really dissect how to reach a goal. And when you're working on a goal, instead of necessarily focusing on the things like, and this is going to be a little taboo, right? Focusing on Success Club, you should be focusing on the things that are going to get you to Success Club. So here's the thing. Success Club is a marker. It's essential, right? It's a way for us to measure success. It's a way for us to know if we're moving our business forward. It's a way for you to earn points, earn prizes, help people. There's a lot of things that come associated with it. But the goal of hitting Success Club just in itself, the fact is that you can't necessarily control whether you hit it or not, because you can't control somebody else deciding today they're going to sign up and that purchase is going to go and the points are going to go into your account, right? For a specific month. You can't control that. Somebody else controls that, not you. So I know I used to get so frustrated myself about, like, if I was so close to hitting Success Club, or I missed Success Club 1 month, or I missed Success Club 10 1 month. I used to get so down on myself. But the thing is, you can't control other people's actions. What you can control, though, is the things that you're going to do in order to reach Success Club. So you want to dissect your goals. And I'll use reaching Success Club 5 as just generic goal that we can use for everyone, because I think it's pretty uniform. In order to reach Success Club 5, what do you need to do, right? So break down what this is called, the tactics. So break down the things that you need to do on a daily basis that help you help people that in the end of the month help you reach Success Club. So what are those tactics, right? You need to, anybody want to go? Invite, right? So you need to invite. What else do you need to do? Add friends. Share your story. Be a product of the product. Follow up. Read personal development. So let's just take those. Let's just keep it simple, because those are really actually probably those are 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5 basic steps that are going to help you reach Success Club. So you can control how many people you invite. You can control how many friends you add. You can control how many people you reach out to, how long you spend a day on doing personal development, and you can control your journey, right? You can post 2 to 3 times a day, or 3 times a day. You can add 5 friends a day. You can invite 3 friends a day and follow up with 3 friends a day, 3 to 5. Those are things that you can control. So when you set a goal, and if you do those things every single day, right? Every single day, if you add that up, what is that? 3, let's just say 3 a day. 3 times 7 is 21. So 21 times 4, I'm really bad at math. I don't know it's over 100, something like that, right? So let's just say you're reaching out, you're talking to 100 people a month. It's not guaranteed, but the likelihood that if you talk to 100 people a month, that 3 people are going to say yes, 3%, I think that's a pretty good likelihood, right? So you can control that outcome by the actions that you take. So instead of measuring your success by whether you hit that goal or not, measure your success based on your actions. Did you do those things every single day? And if you did those things every single day, then you had a successful day. Then you had a successful month, right? Obviously, if there is a huge lack, you're doing all those things and you're not hitting Success Club regularly, then there's something that you're missing. Then I would say there's something you're doing wrong, or the way that you're talking to someone, or the way that you're sharing, or something. Obviously, if that's, there is exceptions to it. Reach out to your coach and get guidance and get feedback. But I'd say there's a pretty good likelihood that if you do all of those things every single day, you're going to be able to help 3 people. Here's where the most people break down and fail. They don't do those things every single day. And so then they say, then their brain starts to think, oh, I can't do it. I'm not good enough. No one likes what I have to say. Those aren't the problems. The problems are that you're not executing. When you're not executing, you're not doing the steps that enable you to get to the goal. And that's why everyone says consistency is key. Every coach, every leader on this team is going to tell you they got to where they are today because of consistency. I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, every single morning. Well, it used to be 5. Now I'm committed to 4. So for the last 10 days, it's been 4 o'clock. It used to be 6, then it was 5, then it's 4. I wake up every single day because I am committed to my business and I'm going to reach my goals. And I'm doing those steps every single day because I know when I do that every single day, the ripple effect happens. People reach out to me. People contact me. I build a relationship. People hear what I have to say. People want to do, they see my results. They see the way that they can feel. They want that, right? So it's an interesting way of thinking about your goal setting. And if you have a specific goal that you're focusing on, really kind of try to break down your goal. And most of this stuff is not like, rocket science. If you look at the business activity tracker, if you look at any of the coaches' to-do lists or things that they do every day, most of the stuff that we all do is all the same. It's not that, crazy or out there. The hard part is doing it regularly. And so it's doing it without fail, doing it when you don't want to, doing it when you're sick. It's when you don't feel like it, when your kids are sick. It's making no freaking excuses and pushing through and remembering that when it gets hard, it's remembering the why. And it does take sacrifice initially, and it does take a lot of hard work. But if you commit yourself to execution daily and measuring your success, here's the thing. If you measure your success on what you execute on daily, you're going to feel more satisfied. This was huge for me. This was a huge eye-opener for me the last time I went for Tony, because I used to focus on the number so much. And while my business was doing great and I'm helping people, I didn't feel like that good because I didn't hit the number that I wanted to in my head. And so I realized I need to change what I'm focusing on so that I feel good every day, because everything that I'm doing every day is making a difference and it is helping people and I am executing. So I'm going to measure my success every day on the things that I can control. And that way I feel good. I feel successful. I feel proud, because that's what it all comes down to. Everything in life is a feeling. Everything is what you want is how you want to feel, right? And you can control those feelings by the things that you focus on. And it's kind of like this big cycle. You can do it. It's eye-opening for a lot of people to be able to think wow, if I just change what I'm focusing on, I'm capable of creating actions and doing things that I want to reach. But it's totally possible. Many people have dramatically transformed their lives as a result of just applying these simple tactics, and really just remembering when it's hard, what your why is, and being consistent and giving it your all. And so that's everything that I wanted to share tonight. We have about 4 minutes left. Does anybody have any questions or anything they want to share?
I was looking for my first Tony Robbins book and I found it. So before I even became a coach, I love QVC, if you don't know me. I was watching QVC and Tony Robbins was on QVC and he had this program. And I'm like, only these quacky people get this program because their life sucks. I'm like, my life doesn't suck. But I'm like, but everything that he's saying, I kind of need it. So it was like $400. I was like, crap, I totally can't afford that. But I think I might have even borrowed the money from my mom because she had a QVC credit card. But I got his program and I wanted to kind of just read. It's pretty much the same thing that he did at UPW. He had, it's called The Ultimate Edge. But he had us write down our assignment, and it's called RPM, so Rapid Planning Method. So this is so funny. So this area was Beachbody Coach. What did I want? What were my results that I wanted? And I wrote, make $1,500 in sales, help people lose weight, get 2 coaches under me. And then my action plan was to become a coach by signing up, because at this point I wasn't even a coach yet. And my actions were to talk to Lisa, who's my upline, and actually sign up. So I thought that was pretty funny. But I went into my career. What did I want to see in my career? New job, new house, live with Dave, because at that time we weren't living together. We were still traveling every weekend. Start my future. I wanted to get 2 interviews and kick ass. My body, I wanted to look beach body ready. Ha ha ha. I was running a half marathon at the time. I wanted to meet new people. So it was just pretty funny just looking back at this, like how much, if you do write it down, and even like when Leia had us do that 5-minute thing, for me, it is kind of hard to say, like, what do I want? What do I want to do in my life now? But I think it's super important that you know where you want to go, or else you're going to end up somewhere that you don't want to end up. And you're going to be like, how did I get here? Well, because you didn't ask yourself, you didn't guide yourself to where you wanted to be. So definitely, spend some time on this. I know a lot, especially for new coaches, it's kind of seem like, what, like now you want me to post on Facebook, you want me to do this, then you want me to do that. It can kind of seem like a lot. But I would say like your personal development and your mindset is going to be the catalyst to everything else. So unless you kind of get your mindset straight, then nothing else is actually going to fall into place. And for me, that was what got it started for me, because I was so shy. It was tough for me in the beginning. And I tell that all the time. Like, I didn't hit Success Club like for my first 6 months. My first 2 customers and coaches were my mom and Dave, and I kind of made them be coaches underneath of me just because that's what I was told. So I did it. Does anyone else have any questions or comments? Christina said, thank you. She was feeling a little defeated, and you made her motivated. Oh, God. I don't know. Oh, she's still on.
Yeah,
Shannon, she loved this. Yeah, Tony's awesome. YouTube is if you don't know anything about Tony, go on to Netflix if you haven't, and it's called I'm Not Your Guru, and he will blow your mind. It is like so obsessive. I'm like, give me more Tony. It's so good. He'll like talk to different people and like have these like people minds like are blown by like what he says to them and how well he kind of knows like the human psyche and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah.
I'm Not Your Guru. He's a really good.
Totally awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to see if I can, so your, what is the program you have again that you?
The Ultimate Edge was the very first program.
So the Ultimate Edge Rose downloaded it in the group.
I downloaded Lasting Change.
Oh, Lasting Change. So there is one program that
They're both awesome.
Okay, that is it's in the files section, right?
Yeah, it's in the team. So you can listen to it.
And I mean, all his programs are like $300 just to get the program. So
I was gonna say that program cost me like $400.
Yeah, they're all now like $300.
Yeah.
I have a relationship program that is amazing. It's an ultimate relationship program that I've done with my husband. I'm gonna see if I can. It's on DVD. I'm gonna see if I can upload it somehow. And we also have, I just forgot the other one. I think it's the Ultimate Edge. The Ultimate Edge, yeah. 2. We got one. So I'm going to see if there's somehow that I can upload these 2 for you guys.
What I did was I put it into my iTunes and then took it from my iTunes and put it into Dropbox. And then from Dropbox, I got a link. And then I was able to use that. Don't ask me how I figured it out.
So I'll see if I can get those things. I definitely recommend it. But this is personal development. Like, you can't just read or listen to. Like, you have to do. And that's really kind of the thing with any personal development. Is if you're listening to a personal development and they give you steps to do, you need to take the steps. You need to do the personal development, not just listen to personal development. There's a difference, because that's where you're going to actually see the growth and the change. And that's doing things that are not comfortable, doing things that scare you, doing things that make you feel like on edge. But that's when you start to grow. That's when the magic happens. So
I agree.
awesome. All right. Well, hopefully this inspired you guys to make sure that you guys are at the team dinner with Tony Robbins trainer, because it's going to be amazing. So make sure you RSVP to that. And I think that's it.
All right. Thanks, Leia, for all that awesome information.
No problem. Good night, guys.
Have a great one, guys. Bye.